Five Visits, Part 8. The Fifth Visit. He had decided this was goodbye. He had a home. He actually even had a woman in the home. He had visited, he had investigated. He wanted to try one last time to reach her, to touch her. He nodded to the security guard, walked to the door, and knocked. She wondered the meaning of their encounters. Each time he left her, she reasoned she might not see him again. There was no language that described their encounters, and as such there was no knowing the beginning, the middle, or the end. It was as though each felt that giving a label to these encounters made the encounters prisoners of time, and they both felt unconsciously that they had to find a way to exist outside time. Time had to be an unknown or undefined element that existed and yet was circular, having no ending. She heard the knock and fought against being excited that he'd come once more. She liked his presence. She wanted him to know that he was welcome in her small dark dressing room. She adjusted her robe and answered the door. He smelled her perfume. He had visions of her. Better yet, he had feelings of her. He imagined her touch. He wanted not just to physically hold her, but to hold her still, as though she was constantly moving, and he wanted to slow her down and stop her so she could enjoy all the sensations, all the joys of just being. And she wanted him to just, and he wanted her to just be with him. He always seemed like a tree to her, like wherever he stood he was rooted in the ground. She imagined what it would be like to be connected to him, like she was a kite tied to him so she couldn't float away. She felt that she had always been like that kite, and she wanted so much to belong. I wish, she thought. He walked past her and sat in the seat. She watched him and wondered if this was the last time, but she had every time he visited wondered if it was the last time. "How have you been today?" he asked, and appraised her as she sat. "I've been fine. How about you?" He ignored her question. "When I first came here, I asked you a question you have never answered," he stated. "What question?" "What happened? Why did you leave?" I didn't leave." "You did." "I didn't." "You did. For heaven's sake, tell the truth. Why did you act like nothing was happening with us and just leave?" I was your friend. We were more than friends," he stated. "You wouldn't let me near you. You were the one who disappeared." "I didn't," she stated. "You did. For heaven's sake, tell the truth. Why did you act like nothing was happening with us and just leave?" "Why? Why? You rejected me." "I did not reject you. You threw me away like I was a crumpled up piece of old paper. Don't you remember that?" Overall, she liked his abruptness. To her it saved time. She didn't like wasting time, but she reasoned, "This is my dressing room, and you nor anyone else gets to take their frustrations out on me in here, especially after what you did to me." "So you want to know what happened," she stated. "You want to know why I wasn't at that graduation? You want to know why I wasn't there to see you and your then fiance bask in the glory of your accomplishment and your perceived beauteous celebration? I had called you. After you told me you didn't want me and that I was a temptation, I tried to call you. I wanted to ask you for clarification. My captor, my anticipated soon to be ex husband, found me trying to call you and hit me so hard I fell on my baby and she's not here anymore." She motioned toward the picture of the child on her desk. "I was unconscious for 3 months. My daughter was gone. That idiot I married drove away when he found out our 8-year-old daughter called 911, and he got into a car accident and he died. That was our divorce. I was not able to attend to see you with the woman you deemed as being the one worthy of your love. Not me. It was never me. Whatever I brought to the table, you deemed it was not enough. You reserved your lust for me. That's what you deemed me worthy of, and you're still doing it. I was always just a little potential nibble to you, an exotic dessert, a little drizzle of something sweet. You didn't care that children were relying on me. You didn't give a shit that when you hurt a woman, you hurt generations. You tear down communities. Nations are destroyed before they have taken their first breath. You didn't care, and neither did that asshole I married. I'm in this room because of you, both of you. So now if you want to tell me you're leaving for the last time, all I can say is thank you. You broke my heart, and it matters. I matter. I wish you had never come in the first place. It would have been better if all your goodbyes had come before your hellos. Did you ever really care about me, or was it just my pain bruised your pride? He stood stunned. What? He mumbled. He looked over at the picture again and then at her. He was having difficulty digesting this. What? He repeated again. I didn't know. Of course you didn't, she interrupted while standing. You would have actually had to care about me to know. So this is where the story ends finally. Just like you finally see me, I finally see you. Go home to your wife. I looked for you at that graduation, he began. I came alone. I got engaged after I couldn't find you. He adjusted his coat and walked to the door. She followed closely behind him. He turned and attempted to embrace her. She pushed past him, and it was the same as the embrace years earlier. Years ago, in the school hallway, she had called him and asked if he could meet her before class. He had consented. She had noticed that the enthusiasm and wonder he usually exhibited was missing. She had made a decision, and she was proud of that. She was going to come out of hiding and explain to him that she wanted to be with him, but this divorce was not easy. Her husband was fighting her in any way he could. She was fighting a custody battle. She was fighting for property. She was just fighting. The court seemed to be requiring that she be able to both stay home with the children and still earn enough money to support them. She was having celibacy forced upon her. She was afraid of entering into any kind of relationship because her husband might attack them and cause them to have to show up in court and maybe they would hate her. She wanted to explain that she wasn't playing hard to get, but she had to think about her children and even had to think about him and how her husband could be dangerous. But she was proud that she had made a decision. She would trust him with what was her life. If She didn't see herself the way those people, the students, the professors, and even he saw her. To her, she was a used up former housewife. Her skin was brown, her hair was mostly done by her because funds were limited. She was not as slim as she had been when she was younger. Now she was curved and voluptuous. She didn't know that they saw a mysterious, self focused, quiet woman with a bounteous body and large, gentle eyes. She wondered why the men were following her when she walked through the halls and the campus grounds and focused on the one guy that mattered to her, and that was him. He had asked her once what she wanted from him. She had deferred the question and asked, I don't know. What do you have? She was willing to be a friend or a lover because to her, they both were similar except that a lover you slept with and a friend you didn't. She could let him choose. She only knew that she wanted him. When she saw him, she smiled and handed him a note. This time she did notice. Uh-oh, she thought to herself, he's not smiling. This may not go well. He had reserved a seat for them in the hallway next to the classroom they would be entering in 15 minutes. He led her to the seat, and she sat in a chair across from him. She did not like public declarations of a relationship that had not privately been defined. He felt rejected once more, and he felt this made what he was about to say that much easier. I'm with someone else, he began. I'm really tempted by you, and I'm sorry if I led you on. She knew he was still talking, but she was attempting to comprehend what he had already said. What, she thought, but said nothing. This can't be happening. You're telling me that you have someone else. I can understand that. You're an attractive guy. Okay, I understand, but you're tempted? Who tempted you? I didn't do anything to tempt you. I didn't do a lap dance on your desk or anything like that. I don't even dress provocatively. If you remember, I was minding my own business. It was you coming after me. So what are you talking about? She thought. Others passing by were watching them with interest. She stood up. She stood up, and so did he. She wasn't vain. She understood that. She even presumed that she was not the center of his life. But she did not consider that he wouldn't even offer friendship. But he wasn't the center of her world either, and she had thought, okay, I'm sure your girlfriend is a very fortunate woman, she said. Well, see ya, and she prepared to walk past him into the classroom. He blocked her exit and caught her in a strong embrace. She wasn't a small woman, but she found that though she pushed against him, she couldn't escape him in the eyes. Everyone is looking at us, she thought. And he felt so warm, so comforting. And he was saying something, but she was trying to understand the words he had already said. You, you've been so nice. I want to give you a hug, he said. What? I don't want a hug. Get off of me, she thought. No, no, she said, that's fine. To which he paid no heed. By the time she completed the statement, she was already in his arms. Why are you torturing me? She thought. Actually, she wanted to slap him. What did I do that was nice? I haven't been nice or not nice. What is he talking about and what is he doing? She wanted to commit an act of violence. She remembered a story she had read where Diane Carroll smacked Marlon Brando because he tried to feel on her behind while they were dancing. But she knew violence wasn't the answer, especially since obviously she was not a good judge of his reactions. It wasn't the rejection that hurt. It was that he delivered it with the hug she had wanted from him since the first day she had met him. She wondered if he also visited people in the desert and sprinkled water on them and then laughed and walked away. Does he just go around torturing people, she thought? She didn't relax in his arms. If this is goodbye, then why are you doing this? And why are you doing this here and now in front of all these people, she thought. She pushed against him. She attempted to put as much space between them as possible. She tried to turn his bear hug into a church hug while everyone watched and commented on the spectacle she felt they were making of themselves. Once they reached the classroom threshold, she attempted to snatch the note she had given from him from his hand, but seeing the attempt, he promptly placed it in his pocket and smiled. She forced herself to smile also. They sat at opposite ends of the classroom, she in the front, he in the rear to the right. He had expected more. He had expected her to say more. He had expected a dramatic scene where she cried and accused him of leading her on and flirting outrageously, but all he'd gotten was a faint, confused smile. He wanted her to be more upset. She had turned him down. She had not responded to his former flirtations. He had expected she would respond more emotionally now. He wanted her to feel the pain he felt when she rejected him. He then wanted her to reach out to him to ease that very pain. She felt confused and hurt, but she still had to complete this degree. She had to support her children. She had to protect her children. She still had to face a hostile soon-to-be ex and a hostile court system. She thought to herself, okay, this is enough for today. I'll deal with this tomorrow. Tomorrow will do.
I never give up on anything I crave. Your love's a storm, but I'm built to brave. You say we're done, but I know the game. I'm standing tall while you fan the flame. I want you bad and I'll see it through. Even though you say we're through, I can wait for a sky that's blue. I guess tomorrow will do. Every closed door's just a test for the strong. The nights chase the noise.